Today I'm going to talk about how to configure wireless devices. So these are objective of today's lecture, and let's go to the module that's which we are running in Cisco networking academic course in scaling the network. The chapter 4 is all about wireless LAN. So I'll just quickly go through that objective and other things which is there. So let's first talk about how wireless LAN works. And before that, just to tell you what is the benefit of wireless device. So wireless LAN is flexible, right? For example, this particular laptop can be connected to this particular wireless device if I configure, or this particular wireless device. So it's flexible. It depends on topology. It depends on how I configure. So flexibility, productivity, we can reduce the cost. So these are the benefits of wireless device. So basically wireless network can be broadly classified into WPAN, WLAN, WWAN and others like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and all, cellular and satellite broadband. So these are different types of frequencies where wireless devices works. And basically 802.11 standard are the standards in which wireless devices works. So 802.11a, b, g, n, ac, ad, these are the IEEE 802.11x standards. So where we have different types of speeds and connections. The next topic or next thing what we are going to talk about, that's Wi-Fi. How this compatibility issues are there and how security plays a huge role. This extensible authentication protocol, this is one of the issues. So if I compare wireless LAN and LAN, basically wireless LAN is all about 802.11 and wired devices are basically 802.3. So this has the features of radio frequency signals, here this cable signals. So it is basically CSMA CD and this is basically CSMA CA, and there is a difference of IEEE device, IEEE 802.3 and this is 802.11. So basically how to deploy wireless devices. So we need to have wireless NICs. I'll show you how to in details how it can be configured. So this is a device, Cisco's Linksys wireless router, which is this. So basically there are two types of devices. One is called router, one is called switch. So this is basically wireless router and this is basically wireless access point or wireless switch. I will show you how to configure both in this case. So basic wireless solution, you can see this is how a switch is connected to a topology and this is how router connected to a topology. So basically when we talk about LAN, so it creates it actually in collision domain. So if we talk about creating a separate broadcast domain, we talk about wireless router. So basically we can create so many, these are the different topologies and these are the different Cisco devices. So basically we have broadly classified into two types of devices. One is wireless router and wireless access point. So basically I will show you to configure both. So when we talk about devices, we have a small wireless deployment solution where single individual devices are configured, and we also have large wireless deployment solution where we have we can manage MCC. We can have controllers in the wireless segment. So this we can, and these are the different large wireless deployment solution. We can discuss this later. So we need to have controllers for mid-size and small size business solutions. So this is basically deployed when we go for this. So this has a different wireless antennas. So I'm just skipping it because this is basically talking about signals and systems. So basically how wireless devices works, we can have ad hoc mode, then it's peer-to-peer connections, and we can have infrastructure mode where this wireless access point can be connected to different wireless end user devices. End user devices can be laptop, PDAs, and all. So ad hoc mode, ad hoc mode is basically creating a hotspot in a laptop and tethering, and we in its infrastructure mode we call it as basic service set. So this is basically the topology where we create in infrastructure mode. So we have two types of BSS and ESS. So these are the basic structure, topology structure in wireless, and this is wireless header. So wireless 802.11 frame. This is different from 802.3, that is other MAC. So we have here MAC and macro. We may discuss later on. So this is basically Wireshark output, which shows that how this wireless 802.11 frame is little different from wireless 802.3 frame. So we have frame control and 802.11 frame fields and subfields. So these are the fields and subfields which talk about different frame types: management frame, control frame, and data frame. So this basically types of management frames. We have different control frames, which are the different subframes where it specify that when the packet need to be sent. So RTS and CTS and acknowledgement, these are the three things which need to be there in control frame to find out that when the packet need to be sent, when there will be acknowledgement, and there is a request to send first, then it will give a clearance that it need to send the packet, and then there is acknowledgement as a reply to the packet whether the packet is received or not. So this is there in wireless access point. There is a three-stage process. We have authentication, which we will discuss later. So when we talk about this connectivity, we have SSID. This is a unique identifier that any wireless client use to distinguish different wireless devices. So SSID need to be configured first. So by SSID we can find out that which device I am connecting, then the password, which is a security key, and the network mode by which we are connecting. And we have, when we configure this SSID and password, we have different security mode such as WEP, WP, and WPA2. So we can discuss this in later. So basically, discovering AP, we have passive mode and active mode. This is the difference when we in passive mode we search for SSID and connect it, and active mode means we can have probably knowing the SSID before and configure it and then get connected. So these are the ways we can connect basically to different wireless devices: active mode and passive mode. So this authentication I will show you later. There is open authentication. If you look into the topologies, there is open authentication. For example, this laptop, if I go and connect, so I'm just, what I'm doing, I'm removing this card and attaching WPC300N and switch it on, so it will connect to any of the wireless access point. So basically it is taken from wireless router. So by this particular so here we can see that this is open authentication. So here any device which automatically get connected to any access point, and the access point is open, so it is not configured with key authentication. Next we have shared key authentication, where you have to pass that key. So basically if you just click on any SSID and if there is no authentication, it will automatically get connected, or else it will ask for password. So SSID must have password to have a security. Then there in this case we can find out that what security mode we should use. So these are the different channels. So DSSS, FHSS, and OFDM are the basically frequency channel by which the connection takes place. So this is how this channel selects. So we will talk about securing wireless and show you how these are configured. So authentication mode, I have shown you that there are two things. One is open, so no password required, and secondly shared key. So these are the three types of shared key what we often use, that is WAP, WEP, WPA, and WPA2. So What is WEP? WEP is first generation authentication, where we use a basic encryption mechanism, where WPA is basically a little higher than WEP, where we give a higher level of authentication, use TKIP for encryption. So basically, this uses TKIP encryption method, and here we have AES algorithm, which is used for encryption. So those who learn network security can understand this in details. So this here I'll show you the configuration, how to configure this. So basically TKIP is basically temporal key integrity protocol. This protocol is used by WPA, and this uses Cisco message integration check. So Cisco MIC, by which it carries out the authentication mechanism. Whereas this WPA2 use AES. AES is a standard authentication mechanism. The full form of AES is Advanced Encryption Standard, where it uses a better encryption mechanism. It is little higher. So this is again a discussion where how this is better than this is basically how this algorithm works. Basically, this is the algorithm AES works a little better compared to others. So better means these have a higher level of authentication. So that is why it is better. So we can have personal devices, or we can integrate with Radius server. So this we can discuss later because this is not scope of our discussion today. So basically, when we configure a wireless router, we give a SSID, then password. We can give two passwords, that is password to connect and password to configure. That's the admin password. When we so I'm showing you here in this case. I'll show you the basic setup. If I get connected to a particular router, then before coming to this particular page, this is how a page looks like when we get connected to a wireless device, or this is rather a wireless router. So this asks for authentication. So here in this case, this is the router password, and we can give this username and password here in this case. So this particular by default it is admin, and the password is given. So you can, there are routers where you can give your own username and password. So this is one of the configuration which is there in any wireless device. So step by step I'll show you how to configure a wireless router. For example, this is a wireless router. What I'm doing, I'm making a topology. So here in this case, so what I'm doing, I am connecting this. So basically, if we look into wireless router, it has two portions. One is called internet. This is called internet. So this has 5 Ethernet port. So this Ethernet port is basically got connected to this particular Ethernet port is got connected to internet, and this particular Ethernet port got connected to LAN. It has two different area. One is called WAN connection, one is called LAN connection. This is WAN connection and this is LAN connection. This can be wired and wireless. So we can also create a topology in between where these two access point and routers can be connected. So this is the topology we are making. So this is WAN and this is LAN. So this is a network where this has a different broadcast domain and this got a different broadcast domain. So we are exactly following that, following as it is what we have in this configuration. So basically we are following the same one. So let's see, the server is having, I'm giving IP address here. So go to desktop and giving IP address. So I'm giving a static IP address 123. For example, this is the internet, so I'm giving a live IP here 123.63.2.63.2.151, 255.255.248. Rather, we are giving this IP address. .123.63. 2.151, 255.255.255.248, or any IP address we can give. For example, 10.0.0.1, just some other IP address we are using 255.255.0, 10.0.0.2. So for example, this we are using it here. So here in this case, in wireless router we are configuring internet with this particular IP address. We can give this as a default gateway, this as a IP address, this as a subnet mask. So, and if you ping, you can ping each other. So let's see what is the problem. And now we are going to configure this wireless router. So when we go to wireless router, we basically go to go and configure the same in so basically if we type 10.0.0.2 from any of the server, it will reply same. So for example, if you go to desktop, go to web browser, if we type or rather from server, it's better. If we go here, if we type 10.0.0.2, this IP address should respond. And 0.0.2, this should open. Otherwise, this we'll check it later. So this is basically a setup. So for example, if we go here and type IP address on URL, we get this particular page where we can configure this router. So basically, first is that how to connect this WAN. So this you can see we have already connected this one to WAN. So this is basically where this is a live connection. So here you can see we have given an IP address that is here 123.63.2.151. This is one of the live wireless router, and subnet mask and default gateway we have given. So this default gateway is the gateway where this particular router is connected. So this is basically a WAN. Now next, this is internet setup, and next is your LAN setup. LAN setup is basically, again you have to give IP address and subnet mask, and then you have to tell that what is your DHCP is basically dynamic host configuration protocol. Here you can configure different you can give a pool, and the hosts will get IP address from this particular pool. So basically you can give DNS name. So if you look into this configuration, it has all those live configuration where the device has given a name. You can also have option to give a domain name, and here you can specify that starting IP address and maximum number of users. So same way we can give maximum number of users is 150, and like that we can save the settings. So I'm saving the settings. So now you can see the range has become 10 to 159. So this is what. Now next is wireless security. So I'm just going to basic wireless settings. So basic wireless. So click on wireless. Now it is asking for password. So I'm giving username password here. So now here in this case you can see that it is asking for a basic wireless configuration, where you have first you have to configure the network mode, whether it is mixed or wireless BGN or disabled. So mixed means it will be mixed mode where different clients of A, B, G, IEEE standards can be connected. So now network name I'm giving Cisco. So this device I'm giving a name Cisco, and then radio band can be auto, standard or wide. So by default you can give standard or wide, or you can give auto. So it is better if you give auto. So this is, if you give auto, by default also this standard channel will get this particular configuration. So after that, giving name, again you have to click on save. So this will be, setting will be saved. Now security mode, come back to security mode. So here in this case you can see I have configured WPA2. So here in this case we can give WPA2 personal. WPA2 personal is again this will specify whether AES or TKIP. So it is better if you go for AES and give a password. I'm giving a password Cisco@123 and then saving it, save settings. So this is basic configuration. After that also you can configure the device. That's now you can go and change the host name. So go for administration. Here you can set the router's password. Here again I'm giving password like Cisco and Cisco. So this is the password which is required for getting into this particular device. When we type for, so here in this case when we are coming here in this first page, there is a possibility for giving host name. So I have configured the host name here. So here in this case there is no host name possible because this is a limitation of this particular device. So basically you can also give a host name. So this host name can be visible. Here you can give host name or domain name. Anyway, I'm just closing and going back to the packet tracer and see. Now you can see every device is connected to access point. Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm connecting this particular laptop to this particular wireless router. So what I'm doing, I'm going to this particular laptop, go to PC wireless, and then what I'm doing, click on connect and clicking on refresh. So it will show you the list. So here the first one is Cisco and second one is default. So initially this was connected to Cisco because this was open. Now it is now connected to default because I have not configured this wireless access point. So this is now connected to the default. Now if you want to connect to this particular device, so what I have to do, I have to click on connect. Now it will ask for security key where I have to provide Cisco@123 and click on connect. Now you can see this particular device will get connected to this particular wireless router. Now why these two laptops are connected to this particular access point? Why this not these three laptops are connected? Because this does not have wireless NIC card connected. So what I'm doing, I'm just removing this particular, I have to first switch it off removing this wired card, and what I have to do, I have to click on this wireless WPC300N is a wireless card which I need to attach here, and now my device is having wireless card. So now you can see, once I keep on configuring these devices, so what I'm doing, going to physical, switch off this particular device, and now WPC 400 WPC 300N, and switch it on. Once I switch it on, this will be connecting to access point. So this is what my tendency was, or my requirement was. This is the tendency of the device is basically to get connected to a default device, since here in topology, but normally what happens in wireless devices, you have to select SSID. So now I'm going to the access point and configuring this. So this setting, now port 0 is where it is connected. Now port 1, what you have to do, you have to give a SSID. So I am giving SSID as normal Cisco AP, and now what I am doing, I am giving a WPA2 key, and here I am giving again Cisco @123, and switch it on again. Now you can see no device is connected to this. Okay, now again going to laptop, going to desktop, PC wireless, click on connect, refresh. Now you have option to connect to different devices. Now you can also connect to wireless access point. Click on this again, Cisco @123. Click on connect. Now this device will get connected to. Sorry, I don't know. Wait, got connected here. Cisco AP connect. Cisco @123 connect. Now sorry, this was by mistake I connected to this particular router. Now what you have to do, you have to go and first find out that what are the available devices. So Cisco AP is there. Now click on connect and give the password, and in that particular fashion again I made a mistake. Instead of Cisco AP, Cisco @123, and connecting it, so disconnected. Now what we can see, if we take one more access point, and so where from I will take the access point, this is the wireless device. So here in this case you can take any access point. Now you can see this is connected. Now again what we can do, we can give a connection to this particular access point. So the topology is formed. So this is the topology where this is default. So where this laptop is connected to. Now you can check laptop got IP address. All laptop got IP address. So every laptop got IP address. Now you can ping. So this is the LAN, this is the WAN. So this is the basic configuration. Now go back to the chapters of scaling network. So you can see, you can read it out from these particular chapters. So different what I was quickly going through it. You can go through these particular chapters. So you can download this investigation gating wireless implementation. So there are a lot of activities are there in that Cisco Packet Tracer, and with Cisco Packet Tracer, and also there are a lot of quiz and activities in NetAcat. So we can configure that too. So that's basically my basic configuration, how to configure a wireless device. Thank you for your patience here.